What does it mean to know your own truth? How do you know it's your truth? What is a truth anyway? Watch this video and find out. Alright, there are two types of truth. Well, three really if you count someone else's. But as far as our own, there are two. One is the truth that connects to our soul lineage, to who we are on a soul level. So the soul self energy that is related to our journey through many different dimensions and arriving here and whatever experiences we've had and sort of what we have learned. That is in relationship with the universal intelligence, and it's always connected to sort of everything that there is. It is in oneness. That energy is always in oneness. So that kind of truth is sort of like a divine truth and soul truth, but they resonate as one. So from the human standpoint, people always think of this truth as just God, essentially. It does not feel personal. There is a personal component, but the personal is not a person, it's the soul. So it's still an individuated truth versus altogether universal truth. But it is sort of in alignment with the bigger picture so much that it's almost hard to differentiate. The next level of truth, the second type of truth, it's the personal truth. Personal truth, that means something that we know, we believe as an individual, and that ideally is also in alignment with our own soul, beliefs. So the soul truth, the divine truth, and a personal truth, personality truth, they usually need to be in agreement with one another. Then the person feels harmonious and feels like everything is sort of in the right place. We're believing life to be something that harmoniously translates into reality for us. Then the third type of truth I've mentioned, that's the sort of programmed, externally programmed truth. That's when we take on something that we have not questioned, we haven't really looked at, we don't really know what it is, but we've been programmed that this is the truth, sort of unquestioned beliefs, like when we were children and our parents told us that this is how it is, or religion told us this is how it is, or some social circle, our tribe of friends believes that way, and then we just never questioned that it is that way. Or even the country you come from, if you're sort of ever moved from country to country, you would see how there is a different sort of parameters of belief that exist within countries. So that's another component there. All those truths are not really truth. They are externally programmed beliefs that we take on and think they're truth. So they sort of masquerade as our personality truth. We need to be doing a lot of work to clean those out, because if we don't, we can never find our own truth, which is essential in order to go to the next level truth, the harmonious divine level truth. Those are connected. So to get to the higher truth, we need to deal with the personal truth. And if the personal truth is mucked up and covered up and hidden by all the external truths that we think are reality, then we end up not being able to find our own inner core truth, which is the soul divine truth. So hopefully this makes sense. When we look at truth of the moment, that is actually a pathway into the personal truth. So we have the divine truth over here. This is the soul level universal truth. Then we have the personality truth that needs to be in agreement with the bigger one, with the ideal sort of one. And the pathway into this personality truth is by two things: by cleaning up what is in the way, which are all the externally accepted beliefs that are not our own, and by finding the truth of the moment. So the more we deal with the truth of the moment, the more access we have to who we really are in a personality sense that is harmonious. Truth of the moment means you essentially tune into yourself, and the truth might be that you're bored, or you're neutral, or you're upset, or you're angry, or you're hurt, or you're empty, or you are desiring of something. There's a lack of some sort, a need. Now, those things I just said are not very positive, but they still are the truth of the moment for that person. That's okay, because once the person names that for themselves, truth is an incredible thing. It's a resonance. Once that resonance happens, whoa, we just became aware of something, right? Consciousness is the cure to being asleep. If we want to wake up, we need consciousness. Consciousness is essentially a form of awareness and understanding. So if we are not aware and we don't understand what the hell is happening in our systems because we're just on autopilot going with whatever life is, never questioning it, we're not aware of our true sort of internal essence. So to find access to that true internal essence, we need to clean up things that are not ours and be honest with ourselves about whatever it is that is going on inside our systems each moment. If we do that, simply acknowledge, okay, right now I am whatever. So tune into yourself. What are you right now? Truthfully. Bored, upset, confused, happy, excited, hopeful, whatever it is. If you allow yourself to investigate further, especially if you found something negative, investigate what is the source of that thought or a feeling or a state of being. That is a pathway to cleaning up things that are in the way of being in alignment with the higher truth. Now, truth energy is a resonance. Think of it like a wave that propagates space everywhere in the universe. So the universal intelligence, that's the higher truth, the divine truth. The soul truth, our personal sort of individual soul that is part of oneness, of course, but still individuated, has access to that universal truth. That's the divine laws. That's when you understand how the universe works, is by being able to connect to that energy, right? So being able to connect to that resonance gives you this incredible feeling of synchronicity. When everything happens in the right place, the right time, the right mode, and it just feels like you're right on the path of your destiny. That is not a fake feeling. That is truly an experience that occurs naturally when we are in alignment with divine truth, which means the personal truth is clean enough to be in synchronicity or in alignment, doesn't like if you put one to another, they vibrate the same. That brings you to the next level of yourself. If we are able to clean up what is in the way of our own truth resonance, we actually learn more. We become more alive and aware. I always find it so funny when people say, oh, I'm just bored. And it's like, if you were aware of what's really going on, you could not be bored. There's so much happening in every single moment. In the universe, on the planet, in the morphogenic fields, inside your own system, inside every cell in your body, there's so much going on. If you are fascinated with yourself, that is not selfish. That is actually a path to enlightenment. As long as you don't think you're special and you look at yourself more like, I am God's source, and I'm fascinated with becoming God's source, so I make myself the project for investigation. If you do that, then you clean up all the gook that is on top of this harmonious resonance. You essentially clean up the resonance. So you're able to vibrate at that state, which then makes you as the personality, as the human being incarnate, feel much more alive and congruent and together and in alignment with the universal truth. So hopefully this clarifies about what truth is and how to work with the truth energy, the truth resonance, so that it can affect your life positively every day as you exist here on the planet Earth, so you can feel in synchronicity with the overall bigger picture. And that also means remaining in ascension timeline and in the higher 3D Earth, which is beneficial for you, but also beneficial for all the people on the planet, because the more of us that can vibrate at that higher frequency, the better it is, because that eventually shifts the energy for all the humans. If you're watching this on anything other than my Transcension Gate website, make sure you visit. You'll find information on anything you can possibly think of. in there, including truth resonance and vibrating energy in your field and processing and working with beliefs that we have taken on that's not our own and everything else. And make sure you sign up for my email updates list so you don't miss anything. Be love. Be free. Be God.